The top 10 builds on NBA 2K23. We're about 3 weeks into the game, so I think we figured out kind of how the game is playing. Will things be patched? Will things be changed? Who knows? Time will tell. But right now, these are the top 10 builds on NBA 2K23. Now, quickly, I'm not ranking them 1 through 10, okay? This is going by height, so the shortest builds will be in the beginning of the video. The taller builds will be at the end of the video. I'll leave timestamps for every single type of build. These are the most effective, most overpowered builds in the game. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the video. If you do, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and also comment down below what type of build you're playing on this year. I'm curious to see the variety down in the comment section. And don't be down there talking about you got a 9-way mid-range facilitating 3-point power shot creator. We just want to know the height and a little bit about the build, you know what I mean? So we actually know what you made. We don't know what the build names are. You're gonna see in this video, I'm just explaining the type of build, the height, and the specifics. So do that down in the comment section, all right? Last thing I want to say is anyone that's thinking about making a new build and using a build from this video, make sure you just use it as a template, right? Take it and then tweak it to your liking. Put specifics to how you like to play. And without further ado, let's get into the top 10 builds on NBA 2K23. So starting from shortest to tallest, we're starting with the 6'1" point guard builds. These are really popular in 5v5 Pro-Am, and they are viable in the park. Now, the only thing this year with smaller, shorter builds, you're going to be a liability on defense. Even though you see like the defense on this build, like you get 26 defensive badges, you have great stats, it's just going to be hard because people are playing on big builds. They're going to be able to dunk over you, lay up over you, and all that. But if you trust yourself on defense, these builds offensively are unstoppable. They're so quick with the ball in their hands. Great shooting. They can finish at the rim as well. The 6'1" point guard build, if you're running 5v5, is definitely the way to go because in fives, you need to be able to create offense because you got 5 dudes all swinging and rotating at the same time. And then in the park, there's so much space. You're going to be unstoppable on this build. If you're a twos player, you're going to be up for a little bit of a challenge defensively. But overall, I mean, you have damn near 100 badges. Now, one thing you'll notice is any build that's getting, 80, 90, 100 badges, they usually don't have strength because, obviously strength doesn't give you more badge upgrades, but it is pretty expensive because it does play a part in this game. But on a 6'1" guard, you definitely have higher priorities than up in your strength. You could do it if you really wanted to, but overall, this is a solid template for you to work with. Next up, we have the 6'3" guard build. Now, this is more of a park build if you want to play on a smaller guard. The 6'1s I think are more for 5s. You could use them in the park as well, but the 6'3s are definitely a little bit more of a viable option just because you're a little bit taller, a little bit stronger, longer arms, all that type of stuff. So you see a template here. I took this from my boy Badge Plug a little bit and tweaked it around a little bit, but you see it's an overall solid build. And you have 89 strength on this thing if you're one of those people that really want bully. But if you're just looking for badge upgrades, again, you can take this strength down and put this elsewhere, and you will get a lot more badges. You see, you do get the gold bully, but if you take this down, it frees up a lot of attributes where you can get better defense, a little bit better mid-range, maybe you don't even want those elite contact dunks. You could take those down, go to pro contacts, and then up, other stuff. You can tweak it all you want. It's just really, you have to, first thing to decide whether you want strength or not. If you don't want strength, you're going to get more badge upgrades, but you're going to be weaker, easier to bully, and then on offense, you're going to get bumped a little bit easier when you're driving to the hoop. But just decisions to make. It's all preference when it comes to these builds, man. That's the beautiful thing about this builder. I think it really is like every build has a plus or a minus over another build. It's never really like this is a better build than that build. It's all just preference, unless you really just suck at making builds. Then yeah, your build might be trash. But overall, if you take your time, you really tweak it to how you want it, you're going to get the build that you want to play on. So overall, it's just deciding what you want. This is a 6'3" template that you can use. Moving on. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Live events are back, and that means you can get $20 off tickets at SeatGeek if you use promo code Joe Knows. SeatGeek is a ticketing app that makes buying tickets super simple and easy, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, concerts, festivals, whatever tickets you're looking for. SeatGeek takes tickets from all over the web and puts them into one place for you to view. So every year I gotta go watch my Lakers play, right? So I'm gonna go on SeatGeek, and what I love is the fact that I can see if I'm getting a good deal or not. They put the good deals in green and the bad deals in red. So whatever tickets you're looking for, do not worry, I got you with the hookup. Use code Joe Knows on SeatGeek and you will get $20 off your purchase. Link is in the description. Use promo code Joe Knows. Again, that's $20 off your first purchase. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. Next up, the build that's got everybody crying on Twitter, the 6'7" pure lock. Okay, this build's got 99 steal, 97 perimeter. I mean, it's an absolute beast. And right now, I don't know if they're gonna nerf plucks, but Basically, if someone's dribbling you in front of you on this build, you are going to rip them. I see people getting 4, 5, 6 steals in a park game. Dudes getting double-digit steals in rec games, pro-am games. Like, you can rip people all day long on this build. It is a defensive specialist that can also shoot the open 3 in the corner, or even, you know, anywhere on the 3-point line. Really, you could shoot the open 3, and then has a decent driving dunk to dunk on the fast break, catch lobs on the fast break, go back door out of the corner. Basically, you're a defensive specialist with this build. That's why we're calling it a pure lock. But I mean, 87 block, good defensive rebound, solid interior defense. I even put the playmaking decent here, but obviously tweak it to how you want, like I said. But overall, I mean, this build is easily one of the best builds on 2K23 right now. Next up, we have kind of a hybrid build. I call it like a 6-7 ISO lock. I got this from my boy Young Dirk. This is basically like the pure lock, but you're just not as good on defense, but in return, you are much better offensively. So, I mean, you see like the ball handling is way higher. The defense is still really good, 95 steal, you know, solid perimeter block, offensive rebound because you're ISOing, right? So you kick it to the corner, your teammate misses. You want to be able to grab that offensive rebound. And then, you know, the pass accuracy, the speed with ball, the three-pointer, you have better close shot, driving layup. You know, you need those finishing badges so that, you know, when you're ISOing, you can score in the paint. And then you might look down at the physicals and say, why is the speed so low? On this game, speed does not affect you when you have the ball in your hand. Speed is literally just when you're running without the ball. So acceleration is much, much, much more important. And if you notice, speed with ball, they've done tests on this. Speed with ball is also, it doesn't affect your speed boost. It only affects when you're sprinting up the court with the ball. So that ball control, quick first step, Hall of Fame, acceleration, it's the perfect ISO lock build. Next up, we got the 6'8" point forwards, demigods, whatever you want to call them. Basically, 6'8" build, Hall of Fame, quick first step. You're 6'8". You can dunk, shoot, play defense. Physicals off the charts. It's basically the build I kind of started with on this game. I started with my 6'8" LeBron build. I kind of tweaked it to make it a little bit more like Bron, and I didn't go heavy on the defense. But I mean, like, you see how well-rounded these 6'8s are. You know, it's really just depending. Do you want elite contacts, pro contacts? You don't care about contact dunks. You got to make that decision. Do you want strength? Do you not want strength? Obviously, you know, getting bully badge is cool. Sometimes I feel like it's not like as effective as it could be. So if you don't really care about that, you could just have like decent strength, maybe like 50, 60, 70 strength, or you could just put it all the way down, and then you're going to get so many more badges because you can get way better, you know, attributes which gives you badge upgrades. So that's a decision to make. But these 6'8" builds, Cold Man, he's really running on this thing. He's got like I don't even know, a 90, 95 win percent. He's going crazy on these 6'8s, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of people that love these 6'8 builds. I got a 6'8 build as well. You know, I used that for the first couple days. Then you know me, I make a bunch of builds. So I made the 6'9, I made the 6'11. I got more builds. I'll go back to the 6'8 eventually. But yeah, I mean, these 6'8s are definitely a really good option if you love playing park and you love being versatile. We're going to take a break from the ISO builds for a second. Don't worry, we'll get to the 6'9 ISO build. But this is going to be like a 6'9 park center popper. If you want to play power forward and pro-am, that's this type of build, all right? So 6'9", max wingspan, all that. Defensive monster, 99 block, 99 rebound. So you're getting Hall of Fame rebound chaser, Hall of Fame anchor. Your physicals are solid. You don't have ball handling and speed with ball because this is literally like, you just have pass accuracy. Throw the fast break off the rebound, be able to throw the ball with decent speed around, in the half court if you need to reset or anything like that, or throw a steamer, dot somebody's head off. But decent driving dunk, finishing is not great, but you got 3 ball and you have incredible defense along with good physicals. Basically a defensive build. Obviously tweak it. If you want more offense, you can easily put more offense on this thing. But for anyone trying to play power forward and pro-am or park, be like a popping center build, this is a great template to use. Now we'll check out those 6'9 demigod, point forward, ISO, whatever you want to call them, right? The 6'9 do-it-all demigod. Yeah, basically demigod. They're really good, all right? Basically decisions to make, right? How high of contact dunks do you want? How high of strength do you want? You see, this is a version with basically no strength, which allows you to obviously get more attributes, but you got the gold limitless takeoff, good shooting, great playmaking, solid defense and rebounding all around. Now again, you're gonna see it's like a theme. The speed is low, but the acceleration is max. That's because again, speed is literally just when you're running around. So if you're a twos player, you can really sacrifice speed. Even on the threes, I'm not gonna lie, my 6'9", I got a 70 speed. I feel like I run just as fast as everybody else. Acceleration is what you're looking for. That's gonna affect your speed boosting when you have the ball. Quick first step and acceleration is what you're looking for on those ISO builds, all right? But yeah, I mean, look at this build. It could literally do everything. It's a demigod, max wingspan, all that stuff, man. So if you're looking for a 6'9", use this as a template, tweak it to your liking, and you're gonna go crazy with it. The next one we're looking at is a 6'10 or 6'11 power forward build. Again, like I wasn't gonna put this in because I feel like it's similar to the 6'9 park popper, but they are really good, and it is a little different because you are bigger than those 6'9", so you have a better chance against post scorers. And basically, it's kind of like my Giannis build. Anyone that watches my videos, I have a 6'11 Giannis build. It just depends what you want, but you can use this as a template. The defense is good. You know, I got an 81 3-ball on this version of the build. It just depends. You want the high strength, you know, maybe you sacrifice a little strength and just have it in the 70s somewhere, give yourself a little bit more attributes. If you're not someone that really cares about contact dunks or anything like that, you could lower your finishing a bit, put more on shooting if you want more badges. I like to dribble. All my builds, I like to dribble. So, you know, the 70 ball handle, you can still cook up as you've seen with me on my Giannis. I still ISO on the 6'11. But if you're looking to play more like an off-ball player, lower the playmaking, put it into other attributes. But the 6'10, 6'11, like park center popping, power forward, whatever you want to call them, they are really good on this game. The second to last build I have for you is a 7'1 popper. I know it sounds tall, but bro, you can shoot. Y'all see me, I'm shooting with a 73 ball. This thing gets a 78 3-ball, and it's an absolute dog in the paint. Now, obviously, you're not going to be quite as quick on the perimeter as maybe the 6'9 centers, but the reason I think a lot of people are making these is because post scores are still really effective. Even after patch, post scores are really effective. So if you want to stop a post score, you got to have some height, get a contest on those post hooks, and a 7'1 max wingspan center is definitely going to do it. Then if your teammate wants to ISO, you can spot up corner. If you want to run pick and pop, pick and roll, you see the finishing is still decent on this build. The shooting is going to be really, really good with that 78 3-ball. And I mean, defensively, look at the stats and the height. Like, you're going to be an absolute beast in the paint defensively, and you still have decent steal, decent perimeter, so you're gonna move your feet just fine if you know how to play D. But the 7'1 popping centers, also if you play 5v5, you definitely want that extra size. Definitely a viable option. Use this as a template and you'll go crazy as a center. Last but not least, this used to be the absolute best build on the game, most overpowered build on the game, the 7'3 post scorer, but after the patch, they fixed a few things. You used to not have to time your hooks. You could just hold the stick down and be automatic greens half the time. So they fixed that. So you do have to have a little bit of skill and time your hooks. If you want to be shooting post fades and stuff like that, you got to be able to time those things. But still an absolute dominant build. And a lot of people playing on 6'8", 6'9 builds, you're on a 7'3", you're gonna be destroying them in the paint. Let's be honest. It's still a really good build. You gotta have some stick. You gotta be able to, you know, you gotta have some thumbs on defense because you're not that quick. But the 7'3 post scores, I mean, come on. Centers have always been dominant in the NBA, and they will always be dominant on 2K. You're just an absolute mismatch for the way people like to play the game. So you're always going to be effective, man. You got to have a little bit more skill than you did pre-patch, but even post-patch, still one of the best builds on the game. But this has been the top 10 builds on NBA 2K23. As I said, make sure you comment down below what your build is. What are you rocking this year? What are you playing on? I'm curious to find out, but hopefully y'all enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Will things change? I'm sure, but right now, 3 weeks into the game, these are the top 10 builds.